Last time we finished exercise 15 already, right? Okay, so today we move on to the next part. Unit 3, the news and media, writing, right? Okay, Quỳnh Hương, read the first part, the one in the orange box. In this unit you will learn how to Yeah. Do you understand everything there? Interpret, what does that mean? Guys? It means explain. So today we learning something very interesting. A description of a process. Normally it's very hard, okay? To understand a process and then to describe it. It's not easy at all, but we will learn some new methods and new ways to do it. Interpret scientific and technical diagrams. Now let's go. Lead in. Exercise 1. TOEIC, read that. Yeah. Okay. So let's read that one by one. In the writing test, you might be asked to describe a process. Now, please tell me, describing a process, is that writing task 1 or task 2? Task 1, okay? Writing task 1. And you have about 20 minutes to do it. Look at sentences A to G. So we have A to G here. Describing a process for writing a local news story. Then order the sentences using the pictures to help you. Okay, you can have a look at all the pictures here and then you can order all of the sentences from A to G. So based on the pictures, it's not hard at all, right? How to write a local newspaper story. Now, do it quickly. Page 53. Okay, now you put all of the sentences from A to G in the correct order. You can have a look at all the pictures from 1 to 7 to help you how to write a local newspaper story. Okay? Put all of the sentences there in the correct order. Finished? Okay, now which one should be the first sentence? 1E, right? Yes, because we see the word first. First. So here, how to write a local newspaper story. First, think of a good idea. Choose a local and interesting news story. So you can have a look at number 1 here. You think of a good idea, right? So number 2, you see that picture, but actually you can read and you can guess. Oh, here, it's obvious, right? It says secondly, right? Yeah. 2G. Secondly, accompany your story with a picture of a local person or attraction. Now, number 3. Here I can see a picture of typing the content. So, it should be C. Thirdly, think of a good first line, something which is attention grabbing. Number 4, you see what, why, when, where, something like that. Oh, here you see all of the words there, right? 4D. Next, write the main body of the article, answering the 4 WS. I mean the 4 word questions, right? W questions. Something like what, where, why, and when. Okay? So just like normally when I often tell you when you do speaking or something, just remember some questions, some very common questions like who, what, where, when, why, how, something like that, right? Now, number 5. After that, what should we do? You see local map, rescues dog or something. So we need what? Yeah. After that, think of a good title for your piece. So 5A. Hello. 6. Then 6F. Then check your article for grammatical and spelling errors. After writing, you have to check for that. And 7. Finally, 7B. Finally, submit your article to your local newspaper via email. Hello. Alright. So again, 1E, 2G, 3C, 4D, 5A, 6F, 7B. Alright? Any questions? Anything you don't understand? No? Yes? So, what's your question? Yeah. Come again? Grammatical. That's just an adjective, and that is the adjective form of grammar. Grammar is a noun and grammatical is an adjective. Then check your article for grammatical and spelling errors. Okay? Now can someone explain to me? G. Secondly, accompany your story with a picture. Accompany your story, what is that? What does that mean? Accompany your story with a picture. That means that like go together. Accompany means go together or put together. Like when you write a story, you need to add some pictures there. Okay? Like accompany, like combine or add more or put them together. Let them go together, okay? Like that. So accompany your story with a picture. That means that you do not just write a story, you need to add a picture as well. Got it? What else? Attention grabbing, yes. Do you know grab? you try to get something, you try to catch something. You understand attention? Yeah, attention, like pay attention, something. So thirdly, think of a good first line, something which is attention grabbing. That means it should grab the attention of people. Yeah. Anything else? Nothing? Alright, then let's move on to the next one. Exercise 2. Time markers. In exercise 1, which words help you choose the order? So you see in exercise 1, right? You see first, secondly, thirdly, something like that. So which words help you choose the order? Yeah, first, secondly. So actually all of those words, right? First, secondly, thirdly, right? What else? Yeah, and finally we should leave it to the end, right? So first, secondly, thirdly, what's next? Next, then, after that, okay? And finally, right? Okay, write all of them there. First, secondly, thirdly, next, then, after that, finally. Write all of them. Of course, in your writing essay, you should not write first, secondly, thirdly, okay? You can use some of them, but don't do that. Don't write like that, okay? You can say first, secondly, but don't say first, secondly, thirdly. No, it's kind of repeated. It looks really boring, okay? But if you don't know any other words, if you don't have any other better ideas, then of course you still need to use this. Okay, but if you know, then try to replace these words with something else. You can use first, secondly, but just stop there. Don't just go on with something else. Don't write thirdly like that. All right. Now let's move on to exercise 3. Look at this table. Which set of words from 1 to 4 includes words to describe actions taking place at the same time? Think about that. Like first of all, first to begin with, something like that. So which set of words from 1 to 4 includes words to describe actions taking place at the same time? Let's have a look at the first set. From the first set, we have first of all, first, and to begin with. Do you think that this set includes words to describe actions taking place at the same time? No. They just go like they want to say, oh, first something happened, right? Not many things happen at the same time. Okay? Now number 2, after, next, then, secondly, thirdly, etc. Does that include words to describe actions taking place at the same time? No. How about set 3? Whilst, at the same time? Yes. Okay. So the answer is set 3. And number 4, finally, no. All right? Okay, any questions? No? Then let's move on to exercise 4. Guys, because these exercises, they are there just for you to practice. They are not a complete one, okay? So we try to move as fast as possible. Like some of these are just some small tricks or some words so to help you. You don't have to write much, you don't have to do much, right? But so that also means that it doesn't help much. You should learn something, but basically these words are very simple, basic. So we move forward quickly. Exercise 4. Study the diagram about how a newsroom works, then read the sample answer, ignoring the gaps for the moment. So look, guys, this is writing task 1, and this is a diagram. You see a diagram? Something like that. Normally you see something like this, and that's what we call a diagram. Yeah? About how a newsroom works. Then read the sample answer, ignoring the gaps for the moment. Tip number 4, do not repeat the wording in the writing question. Now, sample answer. Okay, let's read that together, shall we? Ngọc Anh, read the first sentence.
Attending an event face-to-face.
No, the sample answer.
The diagram illustrates how news stories are created in a newsroom.
Yes, the diagram illustrates how news stories are created in a newsroom. Okay, what's this? Yes, this is an introduction. So to do this, you need an introduction. Okay? Now let's see what comes next. Thiên Nga.
News stories come into the newsroom through either journalists, press release, or members of the general public.
Yes. News stories come into the newsroom through either journalists, press releases, or members of the general public. Mừng. Yeah, that means.
No, I'm not having the ideas for the question you asked because.
That means you don't understand my question. I didn't ask you to do anything. I just asked you to read.
Oh, I hear you said to.
Okay, stop, go. Next one. After general public. Read that. Journalists are assigned to.
Journalists are assigned to different stories.
Go on.
This may mean they have to attend an event,
Conduct.
conduct interviews, or search through
Archives.
a
Okay, Quỳnh Anh.
images become involved in the process. This could be through television views, graphic designer, or photographer.
Depend on the type of newsroom, visual footage is reviewed for photographs or loaded in a computer.
Journalists also have tasks Yes, I used to check the studies, legally and factually correct. Also, at this stage, some story may be cut due to space or time restrictions.
Okay, Minh.
Overall, the diagram show how news is created in 5 simple steps. Many people involve the process from journalists to photographers.
Okay. Now, before we do anything else, please read the diagram first. Yourself. Do it. All right. Did you read everything there? Read now. All of the circles there. Read them all. Yeah, finished? Read everything? Okay. Now let's move on to exercise 5 and we'll see what we need to do with this. Compare the diagram and the sample answer. Then answer these questions. Number 1, is every word used in the diagram used in the sample answer? Number 2, do you need to understand every word in the diagram? And number 3, can you use nouns for the diagram in your answer? Okay? Now, read the diagram and the sample answer again and answer all of those 3 questions. Okay? Now do it. Alright, now let's go. Number 1, is every word used in the diagram used in the sample answer? Yes or no?
No.
Yes or no? Okay, if you say no, then you need to give me your explanation. Islam.
One of them just like stated for just distract you, so it's not gonna be used always.
No, nothing is there to distract you. Nothing is there to distract you because that is the diagram. That is the kind of the question or thing you have to answer. Yes, the answer is no. But I need an explanation. Why no? What? You just say yes or no, like 50% chance like that? Okay, now tell me, for example, wait, after looking at the diagram here and look at the sample answer, do you know which sentence or which part is describing what? Yes or no? Yes. Okay, now have a look. First of all, I want to see something like relate to the first circle, attending an event face-to-face or phone interviews, looking through archives. Where is that in the sample answer? Where? Okay, so where is that?
Number 2.
Yeah? Number 2? No, you don't care about the blanks yet. Okay? We will deal with that later. Now, I want you to tell me, because look, the sample answer should describe the process, right? The diagram. So that means that for some parts, there must describe something from a diagram. I want to see something related to attending an event, face-to-face, or for interviews, looking through archives. What's that? Yeah?
This may mean they have to attend an event, conduct interviews, or search through accounts.
Yes. Line number 4, right? This may mean they have to attend an event, conduct interviews, or search through archives. Conduct interviews, right? Conduct, what does that mean? Conduct, what does that mean? I can't hear anything. No, conduct, just, it's very simple. It means do it. Make it, do it. That's it. Okay? Okay, so here, for the first one, attending an event. Here we have attending an event. We have attend an event, right? Conduct interviews is similar to what? Face-to-face or for interviews, right? And the last one, search through archives. That means looking through archives. Yeah? Archives, what does that mean? What does that mean? Yeah, kind of a, yeah. Some pictures, documents, yes. You can write something there. A collection of historical records. A collection of historical records relating to a place. Historical. Okay? I want you to write that so you can learn some new words. Okay? Otherwise, we can just simply say documents, pictures, something you already knew. So not interesting at all. For IELTS, you need to upgrade your vocabulary as fast as possible and as much as possible. Okay? A collection of historical records. That's just a noun, record. Okay? Yeah, it's just like record. Yeah, relating to a place. Finished? A collection of historical records relating to a place. Relating, like related. Relating to a place. Organization or family. Organization or family. Yeah? What? You don't know how to write organization? Forgot? Học cho kỹ phần diagram nha, cái phần này rất khó nha. Các bạn viết lung ta lung tung là bên 4 đổ xuống không. Đi thi các học sinh sinh viên người ta đi thi IELTS, người ta khóc nhiều nhất là cái vụ mà process diagram nha các bạn. Vô mấy cái bar chart, line chart còn dễ. Okay, so that's the first one. Now tell me the second one. TV camera crews are assigned to jobs, photo shoots are booked, or graphic designers are allocated work. Where is that? Yeah. This could be through television crews, graphic designers, or photographers, right? What? Graphic designers, right? What does that mean?
In the case of using English,
Don't speak Vietnamese here.
the person who works with the 3D shape on computers or create something with an ideas or creating a structure sketch.
Yeah, kind of, yes. So graphic designers, you know, right? A person who designs something. And graphic, like drawing something. Like you can draw a shape or a table, a chair, logo, something like that. Yeah? So graphic designers, a person who designs some shapes or images, something like that. Keep it short. What? Yeah, something like that. Yeah? Or photographers. Here, see, from the second circle, they use the words TV camera crews are assigned to jobs. And here you say that this could be through television crews. Okay? And then they use photo shoots are booked. And here they say like, what? What? Yes, photo shoots are booked means photographers. Don't think that is graphic designers, okay? And lastly, graphic designers are allocated work. So we are talking about graphic designers. Yes, what?
In the second,
Yeah.
what does do work
Yeah.
before that?
Before two jobs are assigned to jobs, right? Very good. TV camera crews are assigned to jobs. What does that mean? Guys, I need you guys to give me the answers, not to search for the meaning of the words and give me the answer. It's meaningless. Fast. Rồi, các bạn xem để từ từ các bạn thấy nó khó mức độ nào nha. Ok. Chứ các bạn thấy từ khó bạn ngồi bạn tra từ điển xong bạn trả lời cho thầy thì nó rất là không mang ý nghĩa gì hết. Các bạn sẽ không nhận thấy nó khó đến mức độ nào. Alright. Các bạn có nhận thấy cái câu cú ở đây nó rất là phức tạp không? Yes or no? Hay các bạn thấy nó quá đơn giản để rất dễ hiểu? Nó phức tạp đúng không? Right. Cho nên các bạn tập làm quen đi. Các bạn xem và bạn thấy nó khó. Khi nó khó thì bạn suy nghĩ. Tại vì đi thi bạn sẽ không có từ điển. Không phải là khi nó khó bạn ngồi tra từ điển rồi bạn trả lời cho thầy nghe, lúc đó bạn sẽ nhầm tưởng đó là cái năng lực của các bạn, lúc đó là tiêu luôn nha. Alright. Các bạn đọc các bạn thấy nó cứ lằng nhằng cái gì không? Yes or no? TV camera crews are assigned you jobs. What does that mean? Very simple. Now tell me. Now I want you to guess, to look and guess. Tell me, a sight. You see that word? It looks similar as what? A sight looks very similar to what? Assignment. Right? Assignment means. What does that mean? I mean exercise, task. Okay? Here, but here this is what? What is this? Noun, verb, adjective, adverb. What's that? No, this is a verb. Are assigned. And this is the passive form or the active form? Passive form. What do you know? Yeah, you see the verb to be there, are, right? Are assigned. And assign is the verb past participle of assign, right? So, you see in kind of formal writing, they use passive form, not active form. And normally passive form is quite hard to understand. So here you see TV camera crews are assigned your jobs. If I change that to the active form, it would have this kind of meaning, very easy. Like some people give some jobs to the TV camera crews. Okay? So the other way around, the passive form is very hard to understand, but the active form is easy. If I say, okay, some producers or some people give jobs to TV camera crews, easy. Or assign jobs to TV camera crews, easy. Do you understand, right? No, ask them to do something. So TV camera crews are assigned you jobs. That means that TV camera crews got some jobs to do. They have to do something. It's that simple.
What TV camera mean?
Oh my God. Okay, TV camera crews. What does that mean? Yes, crews means a group of people. Crews, a team or a group of people. And TV camera, yeah, like filming, something for TV. All right. Now next one, photo shoots are booked. Photo shoots are booked. What does that mean? What? No, I'm asking photo shoots are booked. What does that mean?
I don't know.
Yeah, as in the active form, that means that someone like hire some photographer to take some pictures. And booked, it means booking, right? You know booking, right?
Yes.
So photo shoots are booked. That means that some people book photo shoots. I mean, they
Just money to pay them to work for you.
yeah, they ask someone to take some pictures for them. Got it? And photo shoot, that means that is an occasion when a photographer takes a series of photographs, usually of the same person or people in the same place. That's what it means, photo shoot. Yeah, can you come and make a photo shoot of this village? So you will take a lot of pictures of that village. Of this person, so you take a lot of pictures of that person. Okay, the last one is also interesting. Okay, you write it first. Write it first. Done? Now the last one. Graphic designers are allocated work. What does that mean? Allocated, right? This is kind of a special word, of course. When you say allocate something, that means you identified or you something. Okay, but here allocated work. That means that again some people give work to graphic designers. But when they say that graphic designers are allocated work, that means that they are pointed to some particular work specifically. Yeah. In finance, if we say like money is allocated somewhere, that means that you invest money in some kind of different areas in different businesses. Money allocation, for example. So here we are talking about graphic designers are allocated work. So graphic designers are given some particular work. It's just like our side jobs, very similar to our side jobs. And here we have our allocated work. Yeah? Okay, you can write there like our allocated work, the same as our side jobs. Yes? So you see, even from the diagram, they try to avoid using the same words, right? Why don't they just write like, oh, TV camera crews are side jobs, photo shoots are side jobs, or graphic designers are side jobs? They don't want to do that, right? So instead, they have to say like TV camera crews are side jobs, photo shoots are booked, or graphic designers are allocated work. Actually, they have quite a kind of similar meaning, that those people are given jobs. That's it. Done. Right? And here, when they write the sample answer here, they replace those words with just something simpler: television crews, graphic designers, or photographers. It's quite all right. Okay? Next. Can someone read the next one for me, please? Thing.
Raw visual footage is reviewed and edited. Photographs are logged into a computer and saved. Journalists spend time finishing their stories.
Now, explain that one by one. First of all, raw visual footage is reviewed and edited. What does that mean? What? Yeah, raw visual footage. What does that mean?
The visual has not been modified or fixing with any apps, I think.
Yeah, something like that. That is kind of the original footage. When you say raw visual footage, that means the original footage or the thing you just take out immediately from your camera. Footage is like recording. You use your camera and you film something, you record something. That is the footage.
That is the picture that you using only the light or the number on your camera. You choose all of it, then you take the picture, and the picture that the camera capture for it, when you look at it with no fixings, anything, or using any apps, that's how they call raw footage, as I remember.
Yeah, kind of, but just keep it simple. Raw visual footage. Imagine you have a camera, you film something, and you don't change anything there, you don't cut, you don't add any effect, anything. You just take it out, you put it on you upload that on your computer, and that's it. That is your raw visual footage. Okay, that means kind of a film or something you didn't adjust, change, cut, do anything with that. Now if you take your phone, your smartphone, and you film someone and you don't adjust anything, and that is your raw visual footage. Got it? Yes? Okay, easy. Now, raw visual footage is reviewed and edited. You see? So first you have something raw, and that kind of footage, that raw visual footage should be what? Reviewed. Reviewed means checked. And then edited. You know edited? Yeah. Yes. That means you cut, you add some effects there. You make it more beautiful, something like that, right? All right, good. Now, next one. Photographs are loaded into a computer and saved. Oh, this is easy. You understand that? Yes. Easy. And then what? Journalists spend time finishing their stories. Also easy, right? Okay. Now, let's move on to the next one. Mừng, read that.
The sub-editor will check stories for
Readability.
readabilities and answer. They are not libelous, while some stories can be cut due to space or time restriction.
Okay. Kind of sub-editors will check stories for readability and ensure, not answer, ensure they are not libelous. While some stories can be cut due to space or time restrictions. Now, do you understand this? First of all, sub-editors. You understand that? Yeah or no? Do you know sub?
Subtitles.
Yeah, kind of. But here it's not like subtitle, but sub here like not the main one. We have some main editors. They do things first, and then you have sub editors just to kind of to check some tiny things again, you know. Not the main one, okay? Not the main editors, just the sub editors, like helping, not the main one. We'll check stories for what? For readability. You see, they don't do some kind of important things. They just check for what? Check for readability. You understand readability? What? Line number 2. Right, some editors will check stories for readability. That means the ability to read. Readable or not. That means that to make sure that the audience can read that. Because if the letters are too small, they cannot read, right? So they check stories for readability. They don't check the content, but they check whether that is readable or not. Yeah? And that thing, we don't need the main one, we just need some sub-editors, should be fine, right? And what? What else the sub-editors have to do? Ensure they are not libelous. Libelous, what does that mean? That means that like something libelous. So normally we are talking about writing, and that is libelous. That means it contains bad or false statements. Bad or false statements. That means you say something wrong about something or someone. No, libelous. That means contains bad or false statements. A piece of writing that contains bad and false statements about a person. Okay? Of course, they have to check for the readability, and then they have to check whether that kind of information is right or wrong, or they try to make people misunderstand something. Yeah, so that's not good. So they have to check that. For example, someone just like 1.8 meter tall, and then they say like 2 meter tall. So that's not the right thing. So they have to check for that. Okay. Yes, and then why some stories can be cut? Easy, right? Due to space or time restrictions. Do you understand that? Do you understand due to? Okay, good. Due to space or time restrictions. Restrictions means? Yeah, limitation, yes. Restrictions. When they say space restriction or time restrictions, that means that that story cannot be, for example, cannot be too long, right? If the time restrictions is only 5 minutes, you cannot make a story for 10 minutes or 30 minutes. Okay, time restrictions, that is time limitation. Space restriction also, okay? You cannot write too much. If they only give you only 1 column, you have to finish everything within that 1 column. You are not allowed to write 2 columns or 10 columns. Limitation. Okay. Yes. Mới đọc sương mới đọc cái diagram còn chưa hiểu nổi, viết nguyên đống này viết sau này. Right? But don't worry, that's why they ask you. Number 2, do you need to understand every word in the diagram?
No.
And luckily the answer is no. But because I know them all, so I just explain to you. So, but actually you don't need to. But guys, if you want to write a band 9, of course you must understand everything. You cannot just write a band 9 without understanding like 50% of that, right? Because you always have to guess. Oh, you don't know what it is or something. You have to guess, and you write something completely different. Then of course you cannot get a high score. Even though they say you don't need to understand everything, but yes, you need to understand most of them. You cannot go to IELTS and you say, oh, I only understand 40% of them, and then you write something. No need to read. Okay, the last one. Oh, wait, where is that? Ủa, nãy cái phần raw visual footage còn chưa nói là khúc nào không, right? Can someone quickly tell me raw visual footage is reviewed and edited, photographs are loaded into a computer and saved, generally spend time finishing their stories. Where is that? Yeah. Yes, that's right. Okay. So depending on the types of newsroom, visual footage So here they say from the diagram you see they say raw visual footage, but here they just say visual footage. That means that they don't use exactly the same words again, right? And then visual footage is revealed, or they use again, is revealed, and photographs are loaded into a computer. From the diagram we have photographs are loaded into a computer. They use exactly the same thing. It's not that good, but it's okay, acceptable for a sample answer. And then journalists also have time at this point to finish their stories. It's similar to journalists spend time finishing their stories. Look very almost the same. Okay. Alright, next. Sub-editors will check stories for readability and ensure they are not libelous, while some stories can be cut due to space or time restrictions. Now, where is that? Where?
In paragraph 2.
Yeah. Read that. Yeah, you have did you space and time restriction. You have to start from number 5. See number 5? Sub-editors are used to check that stories are legally and factually correct. Now tell me, sub-editors are used to check. So sub-editors will check, right?
What does factual mean?
Yes. Whether that stories are legally means check for what?
For the law or for the...
No, look at the diagram. Look at the diagram. I want something from that. Yes. To check that stories are legally, that means to ensure they are not libelous. Right? Ok. Có nghĩa là các bạn nhìn vào trong mấy diagram, bạn viết cái bài miêu tả mà bạn dùng cái ngôn ngữ của riêng bạn. Libelous? I already explained. So in this case, libelous is kind of opposite of legal. Okay? The stories are legally and factually correct. Legally correct. That means it's not libelous.
What does ensure mean?
Ensure? Ensure does that mean? Make sure. Okay? Yeah, good. Because you learned a lot of new words today. That's good. And then factually correct means well, actually legally and factually correct means not libelous. Both of them, okay? Both of them means not libelous. Stories are legally and factually correct means it's not libelous. Make sure that they are not libelous, right? And also at this stage some stories may be cut. And we'll see why some stories can be cut from a diagram, okay, due to space or time restrictions, or they use exactly the same thing, due to space or time restrictions, okay. But I expect that when you do writing, probably you need to change something, make it look better. But if you don't have any kind of any other words or any other ways to explain this, you have no choice but to use the same thing again. Okay, now let's move on to the last one. So, the last one actually that is the first one, right? Okay, doesn't matter. Now, through press releases, journalists, or the general public. Where can we find that information? Yeah, Read that.
News stories coming to the newsroom through either journalists, press releases, or members of the general public.
Yes. Okay, so news stories come into the newsroom through either journalists, press releases, or members of the general public. That is how you get the stories. Okay? You cannot just stay home and then come up with some kind of stories yourself. Otherwise you can write a novel, right? But this is not a novel, so you need some stories. And how can you get the stories? You get the stories through journalists, press releases, or the general public. Now, press releases, what is that? Press releases, what does that mean? It kind of, do you know press? Newspaper. Newspaper. Yeah? So, press release, that kind of a public statement given to the press to publish if they wish. You can write there, press release. Write somewhere, guys. Press release. Okay. Yeah, try to write as much as possible. You know release, right? You know verb of that, release. And now we have a noun. Press release, that is a noun. That is a public statement. A public statement given to the press. To publish. A public statement like you know, normally someone famous or someone working for the government, they represent the government or something, and then they say something in public. That is a public statement. You understand? Like they say, oh, next year the government will do this or do that. So that's kind of a public statement. A public statement given to the press, that means given to that newspaper to publish. Okay? Alright. And then we have journalists, you know, like the guy who writes some stories for the newspapers. And the general public. Here they replace that one with members of the general public. General public, like some community. They have some stories and they give to you, and then you write about it. Okay? So that is the whole process. So first of all, you get the story through press releases, journalists, or the general public, and then what? And then you can also attend some events, right? Some events, face-to-face or phone interviews, looking through archives, something like that. So those are the sources for your news or for your stories. And then what? You have TV camera crews, photo shoots, and also graphic designers doing their work. After that, after they do all of the things there, you have some raw visual footage, and then you have to review, edit, and then you upload all the photos on your computer and save there. And then the journalists spend time finishing their stories. They will write all the stories based on everything they have. Okay? And after that, the sub-editors will check all the stories for readability and ensure they are not libelous. And some story can be cut due to space or time restrictions. So that's the entire process. You understand? And finally, we need to have a conclusion or a summary, right? Okay. Okay, so can you please read the summary? Overall.
Overall, the diagram shows some neatly created and 5 symbols
Yes? Okay? So overall, the diagram shows how news is created in 5 simple steps. We have 5 steps there, right? So that is summary. Many people are involved in the process, from journalists to photographers. Okay, now let's get back and answer all of these questions quickly. Number 1, is every word used in the diagram used in the sample answer? Yes or no? No. Number 2, do you need to understand every word in the diagram? No. Yeah, you don't have to, but you should. Number 3, can you use nouns from the diagram in your answer? Yes, you can use nouns from the diagram in your answer. Yes, but you have to say, you have to write next to yes. Although it's better to use synonyms if possible. Although it's better to use synonyms. If possible. Synonyms. There. Okay. So that means yes, you can use the nouns from the diagram, but if you can avoid using them, then try to avoid using them and replace them with some synonyms. Yeah, like similar words or phrases. Okay. Okay, now exercise 6. We only have 10 minutes left. Let's try to finish this. Okay. When I read that.
Complete the sample answer in exercise 4 using the time markers from exercise 6. More than one answer may be possible.
Yes, okay. Now you just need to fill in the blanks, right? Complete the sample answer in exercise 4 using the time markers from exercise 3. More than one answer may be possible. The time markers, something like first of all, after, next, why, at the same time, finally, something like that. Yeah? Fill them in. For example, number 1, you write first. Yeah, first. Okay, you see all the time markers here. First, after that, next, then, secondly, thirdly, something like that. You choose some words here, you put them here. Okay? So normally at the beginning you have to use first. But read through everything before you choose the second one. Read everything and think, okay, which words make sense? Read carefully. Finish? Check it again. What? You have finished already? Really? Yeah, time markers actually like just like some linking words, okay? But you pinpoint which one is the first one, second one, next after that. Okay, now number one, what's that? First. Number two?
Secondly.
Yeah, secondly. Yeah, why do they do this? So he can guess without reading. You have to read first before you choose.
Easy.
Number three.
Thirdly.
Thirdly. Yeah. I don't.
After.
Number four?
Next.
Yeah, or what?
After.
After that, next, then. Number five. Yeah, you have a few options there. You can say then, after that, next, things like that. And number five, finally, right? Yes, finally. Why? Why not? Okay. Any questions, guys? So basically now, before we wrap up, can someone just tell me what should we do with the diagram? What is the structure? Tell me fast.
Play.
What should we do with the diagram task? First of all, we need what?
Introduction.
An introduction, right? And what should you do in the introduction? What should you do with the introduction? You introduce something. Introduce what? Yes, you introduce the diagram. What it is about. Okay? So it's very normal, right? In your introduction, you have to introduce the diagram. What it's about. Like you want to show a movie, you have to show the main character first, right? And you show what this movie is about. And then what should you do? Huh? The next one is the body, right? The body, of course, you can write several paragraphs. Here they kind of they stick too much together. But I guess they should ask us to do something with that, right? Because they don't look very nice, don't look very cool, right? You have to put them into kind of leave more space for different paragraphs. You don't put everything together like this, right? Make it look better. Make it look better. So in the body, what should you do?
You write about something.
About what?
About the flag.
What should you do in the body? TOEIC, tell me.
Describe the process.
I know, describe a process. How can we do that?
Practice.
Yeah, we practice, but I know, but what should you write there? What should you write? For example, like in this case, what should you write?
I don't know.
Use the information in the diagrams.
Yeah. How? You write it step by step, right? For a diagram, you need to write step by step. You write step 1. What is step 1 here? Yeah, through press releases, journalists, and the general public. That's step 1, right? And after step 1, you need to write step 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And when you write and describe each step there, should you use exactly the same words there?
No.
No, you better use some synonyms, right? But when you describe it, you describe kind of the same thing, but using your own words and synonyms. Got it? Here they don't ask you to kind of understand something like from the bar chart or line chart or something. You need to read this one carefully, make sure you understand the diagram, and then you explain that using your own words and use some synonyms. And that should be alright. Okay? And finally, what should you do? Ngọc Anh. At the end, what should you do? Yeah, you write a summary or kind of a conclusion. What should you put in the summary? Yeah, so summarize everything there, but what should you summarize? You can say something like how many steps there are, right? Here we have 5 steps, right? And you can kind of rewrite again like what this diagram is about. Okay? So you see from the introduction, they say the diagram illustrates how news stories are created in the newsroom, right? And in the summary, again, they say overall, the diagram shows how news is created in 5 simple steps. Yeah? And then they may add something more, like many people are involved in the process, and from journalists to photographers. So you take some kind of something, some key things there from the body and the introduction, and you add that in the summary to conclude everything. Yeah? Don't try to add anything new in the summary. You just kind of summarize everything you have been writing so far, from the introduction to the body. Yeah? Okay. And that's it. That's how you do a diagram. Alright guys, that's it for today.